Hey, Nina Sapala here. Welcome into the Soul's Role. Soul's Role is personality typing with a spiritual understanding. Today I'm going to be talking about something which I hope you find interesting. I'm looking at my notes, sorry. I'm talking about like how to start removing those external layers of fears from your persona. And as always, I'm going to tell you, you'll find it in your traits. The answers and the questions to your life are found in your traits. The treasure is buried right beneath the surface. I know, divine intelligence having a little laugh. But listen, it's true. Everything that you need for yourself is always going to come within, either through the divine source or your divinely inspired personality type. I know this for sure. I know this to be for a fact. I lived it. And I've been studying this stuff for years now. And I went through a 7-year life tsunami. And it gave me so much wisdom. And I want to pass what I've learned to you. Because I'm telling you, there is nothing more powerful on the planet than your truth. Nothing. There's nothing more powerful. That's a fact. I don't care if you're a queen, a president. I don't care about any of that stuff. Those are roles we play in the external role in the world. Who are these people when they are no longer CEO, queens, presidents? Who are they? The only thing you really have in your life gives you great power is your truth. It is your truth. I'm telling you. I know this to be true. When I won my Platinum Award, it was a role I was playing. If I could win this award, if I could be recognized in the world, in the year, whatever it was, as the best travel public relations person, then I am now worthy. I am now good enough. I have now arrived. So, what happens when you step off the stage? When you take that roll off like a hat and set it aside? What do you have? Do you need an external validation? Or do you just need to step in your truth and be who you are? I know for sure. And, I worked in luxury travel, so, I was around a lot of people that were very wealthy. And what I found was behind the wealth, and even I didn't even know it at the time, I was always looking for their authenticity. Like, who is this person really? What's all this bullshit they're talking about? Or what's all this good stuff they're talking about? Is this real to them? And of course, that's my personality type. I'm very curious. I'm totally intellectually stimulated by metaphysical theories and so forth. So I'm always questioning and, yes, arguing, because I like to find the truth. I like to learn. So, I was looking at that and I said, okay, now if I took all the money away from this person, who would they be? And often, it was just like this shallow little person, that was talking about, I don't know, I don't want to go there because it's personal. It was a personal conversation. I don't really want to share that. It was a privacy thing for me. But they were talking about all these things that they're doing. I'm doing this, I'm building this. Okay, well, what are you doing here? What are you doing for your community? And there was some great people that I met that did give back a lot. That did have this very good nurturing aspect of themselves. But I'm telling you, if you start peeling back the roles that people wear, You know, the roles we all wear: mother, partner, businesswoman. Do those things validate you? And if they do validate you, in what way? Where do you get validated from that? I know for me, my blind ambition to be on that stage took me away from my son. And I regret that to this day. I totally regret that. Now, is he fine? Yeah. You know, can I get away from my son every once in a while? Of course. But to the extent I was gone, I wasn't comfortable with that. And I knew it at the time. I was not comfortable with that. So my blind ambition led me away from what I knew to be true with me, for me. I was so busy doing me, I wasn't being me. And there's a big difference. How many of you can say that? Are you so busy doing you that you're not being you? And when I say doing you, I'm saying that busyness that we've been conditioned to believe is the way to live in the world. Okay? Look where it's got us. The world's a shit show. Let's just say it. It is a shit show. Right? This isn't not where we need to be. I mean, gosh, you know, and I'm including myself in this, we have been made to believe that all these external chasings are what we need, and we don't need all that. We need some of it, of course. I know I'm an idealist, but, you know, I know we have to live. You know, I know we have to find some way to survive and live on the planet. But to the excess that what we do, it's crazy. It's so crazy. So these external layers that I'm talking about, these fear layers, these ego layers, once you start peeling them back away from your personality, and we all have them because we all wear the mask of layer and fear. It's part of being human. So I'm not judging anybody because, oh my God, I'm the worst offender. I'm the worst offender. But once we start peeling all this stuff back, you know, and if we go into our traits, we can start pinpointing where we're unhealthy. Where is my ego out of control? Well, I can see this trait's really unbalanced. And I know when this trait's unbalanced, it leads me to be arrogant. It leads me to be dismissive, uncaring, unfeeling, aggressive, angry, ill-tempered, all those things. And all those things stem from a fear, right? All those things stem from fears, right? They stem from a fear. You're chasing something. And if you start seeding yourself in your personality, if you start looking really in depth, and I'm talking, you should know your personality more than anything else on the planet. It's how you know yourself. It's where your truth lies. It's the divine intersection of yourself and your physical and non-physical. It's a wedded union. When that wedded union comes together, that's your power. That's your power. Because now you're listening to divine intelligence, but you're also being of the world, divinely inspired, and taking those actions and not reacting out of fear like I was. I'm not good enough. I have to do this so I can show the world that I'm good enough, that I can win this award, that I could be 1 in 3 people in the whole world that year that won this award. Yeah, it was. Arrogance is a great word for that. But below the arrogance I was afraid that I wasn't good enough. I was afraid that I wasn't enough. So those fears, right? Those fears push those uncharacteristic behaviors in the world. And that's bad energy. That's low frequency energy. Right? So you need to start looking into that personality type. And it will tell you exactly. That's what's so cool. This is such a practical thing. You know, it's so practical. You know, I don't know how many times I've talked to people and they go, oh, I went through her course. It was really good. And I was like, that's okay. Didn't really do that much for me because I'm a totally different personality type. Of course this person's going to get it. That's how they think. That works for them. It didn't work for me. It just didn't work. It wasn't my personality type. Everything you do in life is around your personality type. And how you show up in the world is when your personality type is healthy and you're listening to the inspiration from divine. You have to, it just doesn't work. It's like you're saying like, I'm showing up in the world. Well, I think I'm spiritual. So you're showing up with your front half and your back half is where? We live in a dualistic world. We're dualistic. So we have to have a human side. We have to have a spiritual side. And there's no other, I don't see it any other way. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand one without the other, because that's what I was doing. And that's why for 7 years, I went through a relentless, challenging time. Health issues, career issues, relationship issues. Anything you can throw at me, I was going through it. Because I wasn't aligned with myself. I was living outside of my truth. I was living for the external world, which is always unsatisfactory or unsatisfying. There is never enough when you live externally. There's never enough. When I walked off that stage in New York City, the client said to me, "What's next?" I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Can I just have the night? Seriously? Can I have the night? You know? And I know they were excited and they wanted to see and do new things. But it's always that churn. More. That's what the external world has been created to be. By humans. Right? Mother Nature, on the other hand, has seasons. If you just start looking at that, it's so beautiful. There's seasons of shedding your skin. Fall, the leaves fall. And winter, there's seasons of rest. To nourish yourself. So in spring, you can bloom. And in summer, you can withstand the heat. Right? And then there you go again. So there's seasons. We don't do that in the physical world, in the external. We go. And people are like, I'm sick. Well, yeah, you're beating the crap out of yourself. Beating the crap out of your body because you're just going. You're so busy doing that you're not ever being. So as I talk about this, you know, removing these external layers of fear, it's really, really important. It's so important you find your truth. Because I'm telling you, who are you if you take the hat away from you that says mom, businesswoman, person, whatever you want to say, partner, right? Parent. Who are you? Why do you think there's so much talk about when the empty nest, when people lose their job? How many people go, I don't know who I am? I know, because you've been playing this role in society for so friggin' long. Now you don't know who you are. You're this machine of a business, or you're this mom that's been going again, doing everything for her kids, which I'm not judging that at all. But we have to start realizing we are more than just this role society says we should play. When you start finding out your truth, life life becomes extremely powerful. You gain so much clarity and confidence and courage. You step in when you want to, and you step out when you don't. You say yes when you want to and no when you don't. And you don't, and you know what? Who cares? You don't care. Because you feel the power, and you're so connected to divine intelligence that's constantly illuminating a path for you. Always showing you the right way. Always showing you how to make the right decisions. Always what's it best for your higher self. It's so important. It's so important. So, talking about how to remove these layers. I did go ahead and do some journal prompts, because you know me, I'm a journal prompt girl. But it gets you to start looking at your traits. And I'm really specifically going to pinpoint your primary trait, which I call your essential self. You know, and it's funny, the career typology way, that personality paradigm, it starts and they say dominant, auxiliary, tertiary, and inferior. I flipped the whole damn thing around. I mean, in my mind I'm not presenting it like that in the book, but if you think about it, if they're calling this a dominant trait, well, if it's a dominant trait, it's dominating you, and that's when it's unhealthy. So I like to look at your traits as foundational. Your essential self is foundational. It's on the bottom. Then your harmonizing trait, just think of it as a house. Like your harmonizing trait, right, is secondary. It's the layers of floors and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so this is foundation. Your harmonizing self, or your secondary trait, is next. And then your tertiary trait could be the upstairs, whatever. Then your inferior trait is the roof. It's farthest away from your foundation. Plays a role, doesn't it? You don't have a roof on your house. What the hell? I mean, it doesn't work, does it? But it's in that analogy that I think is so important, that you have to look at all your traits, because all of them carry fear and ego, every single one of them. And they also carry this really cool divine spark, right, that you need to be aware of. So if you want to start peeling away the fears and the ego, strip them away, peel that skin back, so you become this ripened fruit that's glorious, it's just juicy and sweet, and has so much to give to the world. That's what I want. That's what I want for you. That's why I'm so passionate about this. It just drives me. It fuels me. It excites me to help you find yourself. Not just yourself. I'm talking about your true self, which is extremely important. It's extremely powerful. And I'm telling you, this is a very practical application. I mean, once you start doing this, you hit it and go. You're gone. You're gone. You start understanding from day one. And this isn't like, oh, I got to figure out how to meditate. No, we don't have time for that right now. This is a practical application. And yes, there's a lot. I do a lot of spiritual prompts. In fact, I outline spiritual practices specifically for your type. So you can obviously, I want that element in there. Because I'm talking about personality typing with a spiritual understanding. So it's really important. But I'm telling you, the practicality of this, to start getting you on purpose and on track, is essential, especially now. I do not want you getting swept away in something that could be very, very painful for not only you, but the rest of your family. I'm saying for your loved ones. I'm really interested in you. I want you to find yourself. So you do exactly what's right for you. Either way. Yeah. Either way. Because you have a soul path that's very specific to you. And it was divinely inspired. And if we take you out of the matrix of that soul path, the link. You weaken the link. Something's missing. The world is not the same without you. Whether you believe that or not, you matter. I don't care how insignificant you think you are. You matter in a very big way because we're all connected. I want you to know that, and I want you to truly start believing that. It's really important. And I also want you to start seeing personality typing with a spiritual understanding as a new paradigm. Personality typing. Career typing is great. I love it. It's what I started with. But I'm telling you, it's soulless. It's soulless. It's like walking down the street with your front and you don't have your back ass. It's like, you're not whole. It's not whole. It's not a holistic approach. I want to start driving into you a holistic approach to personality typing. It's a new paradigm. Right? Okay. I'm done preaching. Oh my God. But I get so excited about this stuff. So there's a new blog post. I'll put all the links and all my stuff below so you can have that. And I do offer some sessions which I think are vital right now. I think I just all want us to get to our truth. There's so much power in that. There's so much power in it. There's so much purpose in it. It's what you're destined for. It's why God created you, to go create, but to create in your truth. Don't create by fear and some ego that you've been fed and conditioned. Don't create from that. Create from your truth. Create from who you really are. That's what the world needs. The world doesn't need another copycat or another template or another whatever, right? All right. I love you guys. Subscribe, hit the bell, share, whatever you feel like doing. You're all beautiful souls. And remember, you all contribute somehow to the matrix of this beautiful universe. And we need every single person on the planet to be contributing at a high frequency energy. In your truth, there's a high frequency energy because it always has your higher self in the forefront. That's what we need. Okay? Love you guys. Go check out the blog. Put your personality type below. Comment. Share. Have a great rest of the week. I love you all so much. I really want you to find yourself. It's so important now. Love you. Bye for now. Nina.